Is an Elden Ring movie or TV show happening, Scott? Becomes the question as Brendan Lowry over at Windows Central tells us a bit more about it. One of the biggest pieces of news about FromSoftware's award-winning fantasy action RPG was that the studio and the president, Hidetaka Miyazaki, is open to potential adaptations of the game. While Miyazaki feels that the developer doesn't have, quote, the knowledge or ability, end quote, to explore other mediums like movies and TV for series in the lands between, he does say there's interest in doing so with a very strong partner. Quote, I don't see any reason to deny another interpretation or adaptation of Elden Ring, a movie, for example, but I don't think myself or FromSoftware have the knowledge or ability to produce something in a different medium, end quote. He said in an interview with The Guardian, quote, so that's where a very strong partner would come into play. We'd have to build a lot of trust and agreement on whatever it is we're trying to achieve, but that's interest for sure. But there's interest for sure, end quote. Miyazaki's comment didn't make it sound like there's actually a project in the works yet, but wait, George R.R. Martin, the author of the critically acclaimed A Song of Ice and Fire, aka Game of Thrones, fantasy novels that help FromSoftware with Elden Ring's world building, put up a new blog post on June 29th about an award he'd won for contributing to the game, and there's a snippet from it that's raising eyebrows. Quote, oh, and about the rumors you may have heard about a feature film or television series based on Elden Ring, I have nothing to say, end quote, Martin wrote, suspiciously playing coy. Quote, not a word, nope, not a thing, I know nothing. You never heard a peep from me. Mum. What rumor? End quote. Scott, what's going on?
Well, if R.R. Martin is working on the story, then I'm not certain we'll ever see it actually come to a conclusion, which is probably the killer. But absolutely, though, this is a huge lived-in world that R.R. Martin helped create. I think it would be a match made in heaven.
Dude, it helped me see the actual game. I get a better vision of what's going on. I would be able to get experienced in Elden Ring because it's just so tough and out of my realm. I don't play the game, right? I'm watching from afar. Everybody right now is playing the Shadow of the Erd Tree, and it looks incredible. It looks stunning, and people are loving every moment of it. I'm like, man, to see some of these boss fights on the big screen, I think would be incredible.
Absolutely. You know, you're gonna hate me for saying it, but I kind of hope it's a silent movie if it were to make its way out. I want almost no spoken word. Just let the story show itself.
Just like the protagonist. Man, hit us up. ITGTV.com. We want to hear from you. Do we get an Elden Ring movie or a TV show?